Hey yo, what's going on everybody? Back with another vid. I just wanted to do a quick evening vid on the car. Um, just get you guys up to date. I took it to my mechanic today. He's actually retired kind of, but he still has his shop and the lift and all that. So I finally did the BG Syncro Shift II for the trans, and I did the rear for the 373s in the back. I did the gear oil, and that shit, I'm telling you, it was only what I have 13,800 miles, 850 something miles on here. And so at like almost 14,000 miles, that stuff was black. I did the trans case, that came out blackish, not bad, but it was more like a dark brown black. Didn't look burned up or like super bad under there. But I touched up the exhaust with some temperature paint, just cleaned some stuff up underneath the car, sanded up some rust, touched up a few areas while I was under there. I was going to make a video, but there's so many videos out there on how to do the BG Syncro Shift II, what Allen keys you need, it's an 8mm, so on and so forth. I'll try to like link a video of a good video of like a YouTuber doing it. Again, like there's so many of them out there that I didn't feel like it was necessary to do another video on how to do it. It's not that hard to do. But yeah, we got up under there today. It was nice under the lift, nice, quick and easy. Just makes the job feel like safer to do. I didn't want to be under here with the, on jack stands pumping away like that, because there is a good like 15 minutes of pumping on that the BG2. But I drove the car home, and I don't want to like talk too soon, but honest to God, like the whole ride home from his shop, it just felt super smooth. Like once the car was fully up to temp and I started like downshifting and upshifting and going through the gears a little bit, I didn't go hard or nothing. I was just going nice and easy, working the stuff into the gears. And I mean, the car rides super smooth. And that's going to happen when you do any kind of oil change, whether it's to your motor or your transfer case or any of that. But I mean, the car it did. By the time I was going home, it was just slipping in the gear, no problem. I mean, like I said, I didn't go watt or anything on it yet, but I'm going to try and take it out tomorrow and get you more up to date. I don't want to speak too soon, but yeah, so far I'm digging that BG Syncro Shift II, the way it's making the transmission feel. Like, I swear, as soon as I got like 3-4 minutes away from his shop, because the car was still kind of warm. I mean, it only took us like an hour to do. We spent more time talking than working, honestly. But I knocked it out. He kind of just let me do my thing, which was great. I appreciate it again. And if you're watching, Tom, thank you. But anyway, yeah, he kind of just let me do my thing. But it was nice. Like I said, I don't really feel comfortable getting under this car with jack stands. It's not like getting under that. You know what I mean? Where you could set all the safety measures in the world with this, and I feel totally safe. With this, I'm still like trying to roll tires and with rims under there and all kind of stuff to make sure that, I don't get squashed. But yeah, it's just better like if I can set up time with him to use the lift and get under there to do what I need to do. I don't try to like, hold anybody up too long either. Keep it simple. Stuff I can do myself. And that way, like, I'm the only one responsible for it at the end of the day. It's not on him or anybody else. You know what I mean? But anyway, getting back to the way the car feels, it feels great. Yeah, so far so good. I'm going to let you guys know how I feel in a month. Like some new oil, some new rear and gear oil in the transfer case is going to do that naturally. If it still feels like this in a month, 2, 3, 4 months down the road, then it's done its job. Alright, so I did the Syncro Shift II yesterday at my buddy's shop, and I'm pleased as punch.
I don't want to exaggerate anything yet, but so far I've driven the car probably about 25 miles between yesterday and today so far. I'm heading over to a car meet in South Jersey. Should be a bunch of cars here today. There should be like 70 to 100 cars here, something like that. There's usually around like 75 cars. I think it's a bi-weekly cars and coffee type of thing. But yeah, dude, like, I was amazed. I did the LSD, I did the rear gear oil. What I used for that was the STP, Valvoline full synthetic, 75/90 weight in the rear. Now I'm gonna be honest, I only have 13,896 miles on the car. It's been a year. I've put about 5,000 miles on the car in the year that I've had it, which really isn't a lot for the first year of a car, you know what I mean? You know, you want to drive it more than you normally want to when you first buy it. But anyway, getting back to the BG Syncro Shift II, I was blown away immediately. Like, I didn't really want to speak on it right away, but I was, honest to God, blown away immediately. Once I left his shop and was like fully warmed up, heading home, it was just slipping in the gear smooth. That sandy, gritty feeling going in third is gone. It's not there anymore. Even when the car's cold, it's just slipping right in gear, smooth as hell. I also used the that $20, it's a little like treatment that you put in there. It's supposed to protect the gear. It's supposed to cling to the gearing and, you know, protect, you know, help strengthen it or give it a little bit more, you know, protection. Anyway, I did about a third of that into the rear. Well, half and half. I did about half of that into the rear, the 373s, and then that, let me be honest, that came out black. That shit came out burnt. After 13,800 miles, that shit was burnt. Not burnt. I've seen worse, don't get me wrong. I've seen way worse than that. But that shit was black. It was done. It was ready to be changed. So just a heads up to all you Mustang owners, you might want to at least do your rear every 15 to 20,000 miles, because mine only had 13,000 something, and I'm sorry, these people ahead of me driving are messing us up. And that shit came out black as hell. But yeah, so I did the rear with the Valvoline full synthetic. It's supposed to be Valvoline's best stuff, and I put a little bit of that, half of that treatment in there. I'm gonna do another video when I get home and show you what the stuff actually looks like. Then we drained the transfer case. It's only like a little bit over 2.5 quarts. Honestly, I thought it would be more. I was surprised. It's in between like 2.5, 3 quarts for the transfer case oil. Now, a lot of people say to use AMSOIL. A lot of people say to use the AMSOIL cocktail that they have, that AMSOIL sells online, and they said they had good results with that. But I've talked to a lot of people and watched a lot of videos, and everybody says the same thing. BG Syncro Shift II is the one you want to use. Yeah, there's a guy I follow on YouTube, J Robbie or something like that. He's got a Gen 1 Coyote, and he's been through it all. He's got an MGW race spec shifter in it, and he's got a he tried the AMSOIL stuff first. He tried the Ben Calmer cocktail that he uses for the transmissions. He said he didn't like that either. And then once he went to BG Syncro Shift II, smoothed it right out. I mean, he showed the differences too, like how, like going into gear, slipping in and out of gear with his MGW, and it just pops right in third now. And mine's, like I said, I only have, I'm just about to hit 14,000 miles. In another 200 miles, I'm going to be at 14K. And already somewhat smooth, but was starting to get that sandy, gritty feeling. So I think I caught it right at the right time. Yeah, I did the rear, the transfer case, and the car is just slipping into gear, no problem. I mean, I haven't tried to do any high RPM shifting yet, because I want to get it in there and get it worked into the trans. But I swear, it just, you can feel it. You could totally feel it right away. It's amazing. I thought it was like snake oil. You know, you see a lot of this stuff advertised, and 99% of it is snake oil. But then you run across a product that actually works for you, and I'm blown away. I'll be doing the BG Syncro Shift II. It cost me 120 bucks. It was $20 for the additive that came from OP Performance. And then the BG Syncro Shift II, that's for the it's specific for the MT82, was great too. I put that in too. I did that in the transfer case, and then I did the Valvoline in the rear gear. I have 373 Torsen LSD. Yeah, I love this car. She boogies, man. I think a lot of guys don't realize, dude, like the difference that 373s make. You do once you're in a manual, that's for sure. Automatic, you kind of don't notice because you're up there in the power bank. Bam, 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 bam. And those new 10 speeds are geared so low, first and second gear. They got them to where guys are leaving in second or third gear even at the track. But yeah, I'm gonna try and end this here real quick. I'll get back. I'll check back in with you guys after I get to the car meet, and then yeah, see you then. Alright, so I wanted to finish up my video on the BG Syncro Shift II. I did that yesterday at my buddy's shop. My mechanic, he helped me out, let me borrow the lift for a little while. We got up under there. So I want to show you guys what I did. I didn't make a video on it because that's the shifter ball. You guys can see that's the teardrop style. That thing right there brought the shifter down about 5/8 of an inch, a little over a ½ inch. Lowered it just by putting that in. There's the Hellhound little push button sticker I put on there. It's the little things that doesn't come in too good in this light for some reason. What's the little things that make the difference? She's a little dirty on the inside right now, but anyway, getting back to that, I want to go back over here and show you guys what I did. So we got the BG Syncro Shift II. So it comes in a kit like this, and basically it comes with a pump. I got the pump in here. It comes with a little extender. You put it on the pump, you pump it in. But this is something I want you guys to not forget to order along with it. This MGC, it says gear supplement for conventional and limited slip applications. So this is good for your rear diff, and it's also good for the transfer case. I did 50-50 because I figured it's basically almost 3/4 going into the transfer case. I don't know exactly what it is. I think it's like a little bit under 3/4 for the transfer case. What comes in this? Let's see. This is 2.8 liters. You're usually left with like 6 ounces or 7 ounces or something. But I just feel like I'm old school. I do it till the stuff starts coming out. Once it starts coming out and the drip starts to slow down a little bit, you screw the cap on. Same thing for the rear, same way. So I put like about that much, about half in the rear, and then I put the other half into the transfer case. And I'm telling you, listen, it's popping in gear, it's slipping in gear with the greatest of ease now. That sandy, gritty feeling I had going in third gear is gone. I'm not saying that it's like fixed in no way, shape, or form is the fluid going to fix, a transmission that's already broken. But I caught this at 13,870 miles and did the whole thing. So if you got a new Mustang right now, like 2024, for example, it would behoove you not to pick this stuff up, and then as soon as you hit like 10-15K, drain it, get it out, get new fluid in. And you want to do that just because it's the break-in period. You want to check it out just to see what the fluids look like anyway. These cars, you can't just let them go for the lifetime of the car. You can't do that anymore. Not if you're planning on keeping the car. You need this stuff. So basically what I did was I went and got this socket kit, which is really cool. Got it from Amazon. And it comes with a little lever to hook onto the socket so that you can extend it to break, the fill in the drain ports loose. Because it takes an 8mm. But anyway, yeah, the combination of this and this, they say to put this in if you're like having problems, if you tried the AMSOIL, if you tried the Ben Calamer cocktail, and you're still having that sandy, gritty, notchy feeling going in the gear. And don't mistake me, there's a good notchy and there's a bad notchy. The good notchy is boom, boom, bam, going in perfectly. The bad notchy is that sandy, gritty, it feels like you're about to break your synchros notchy. That's not good. So, it's funny, there's two kinds of notchies. But, yeah, like today I had the car out. I put basically about 75 miles on it since we've done it. I took it out for a good ride yesterday after I left my guy's shop. And then I went to a car meet, Cars and Coffee today. There was probably 1,000 cars there at least. It was a big meet down in Somers Point, New Jersey, down the shore. And yeah, it was nice. A lot of people there. Good time. Beautiful cars. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cars. I can't say that enough. I mean, the time and effort these people put into their cars is amazing. But this stuff right here is making it so that, like, before, once the car was warmed up, it went into gear pretty good, pretty smooth. As far as the clumpy, dumpy feel, like, you're still going to have that if you got a two-piece drive shaft. You're going to get a little clunky, dumpy feel from that two-piece, having that two-piece in there with the, it's got that, what do you call it, the little swivel, you guys, it's on the tip of my tongue. That connects the two pieces together anyway. The two-piece drive shaft sucks. It does make a little bit of a clunky noise, but it's also a little bit more comfortable to drive for daily. So there's a reason why they do the two-piece. But getting back to the Syncro Shift II, this stuff has been, I'm telling you, it's making it feel like the Syncros finally have lubrication on them or something. It was weird. It was like the way I was shifting the car before was like, oiled and unoiled, or sandy oil versus non-sandy oil, I guess you could say. Because it doesn't have that sandy, gritty feeling going in the third at all anymore. I mean, I dare to say it sucks it in the gear, but it's just slipping in the gear nice and smooth now, and I'm digging it. Now, here's the real trick. If I can come back to you guys in 3 months, 90 days, the middle of February, and tell you that this stuff still feels the same way, then to me that's when it will have done its job. For now, do I think it worked? Yeah, definitely did something, because the transmission feels like brand new. So, and any motor oil will do that for your motor for the first 100 miles. Any type of gear oil will make your transmission feel smooth for the first couple hundred miles till it, gets all broke up in there and moved around. But the test is, how's it feel 3 months later? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ride around. I hesitate to say blown away, but I am amazed at, what a little bit of this in the rear, half of this into the transfer case, and then the rest BG Syncro Shift II. This is the trick, man. This is what does it. Am I claiming that it fixed the third gear lockout? No, I'm not claiming that. I didn't even try any high RPM shifts yet. I just wanted to get this through the transfer case, move it around, get all the gears lubed up with it, get the synchros lubed up. It definitely feels way smoother. I'm so impressed, but I don't want to praise it yet, because like I said, It's been 2 days. I did put about 75 miles on the car, but that's not enough to really fully test it. So I'm going to come back in like a month or two. And then, like I said, if 3 months from now this thing still feels brand new smooth like that, then definitely. But to anyone out there, though, that's on the fence about getting it, this is $100. This kit comes with the pump, the whole nine. This was an extra $20. It would behoove you not to get this and just add this in to boost, especially if you got a high mileage car, 60,000, 70,000, 50, 40,000. Get that shit out of there. Get that old shit out of there. Get some new stuff in there. Sorry to cuss, I'm probably going to be demonetized, but I'm not monetized anyway, so I don't care. But get that crap out of there and get this stuff in there. It really does the trick. It really smooths out the MT82. It does wonders. And yeah, I'm going to get this back in the thing. Turn this back on the car. And she's just, dude, I'm loving this car, man. She looks great. The people at the car shows, it's funny too, because you'll have like, I was just at a show, you'll have some people walk up to the car and they'll be like, oh man, I love this thing, it's so badass. Oh man, it's beautiful, yada yada. And then you'll have other people come up and just smash it, you know. You got your Mopar guys, you got your LS guys, and you got your Coyote guys. The people who know. You know what I mean? The Coyote guys, they know. These guys don't even know what variable cam timing is. Half of them. You start talking to some of these guys, it's amazing.